Okay, these are live visuals, in fact, coming in on Republic TV of the SIT team reaching the crime scene. We had to cut out of that report to bring you these live pictures. Nalini, our correspondent, is on the spot following the SIT team, and she should be able to join us live from the location. But these are pictures of the investigating team at the crime scene. And we'll also try and get across to Nalini, who will be joining us live in a few minutes from now. Now, remember, we spoke to the SIT head, Ms. Bhasin, who told Republic TV that she did not have full information of whether the police went slow as far as the arrest of the rapists are concerned, because there was also one bit of information that came in the course of our investigation that there was a call made to the police. A call was made and the police were informed about the location of the rapists, and the police reportedly told the ex-sarpanch and a few others who made that call that they did not have adequate staff because some of the policemen were on the Chief Minister's duty. Now, that was the claim made by the ex-sarpanch, who also went on record speaking to Republic TV that the police said that they did not have enough staff to go out and make that arrest. Now, that's a claim that the SIT chief said she was hearing for the first time. Republic TV is also sharing the information with the SIT team, and we will also get in a word from the SIT chief head. But these are live pictures coming in from the crime scene in Rewari, with the topper, a 19-year-old student, was raped by over 12 men. Her rapists are still on the run. It's going to be nearly 80 hours since the incident took place. The names of the rapists is known, the numbers of the rapists is known, their location still unknown. And the Qatar government is still looking for these rapists, and they admit that there may be a case of delay as far as the police action and the response is concerned. We'll try and go across to Nalini, who will be joining us from the crime scene. She is live. She was trailing the SIT team. And remember, this is a new investigation because the SIT team was handed over the investigation after the outrage and the anger in the last 36 hours. It was after the reporting, the campaign, and all the questions that were asked that the Haryana government under Qatar gave the investigation, handed over the investigation to the SIT team that was under pressure. And Nalini, you see, that is on the location. We'll try and go across to her. We're just trying to connect with her, and we'll go across to her. But I don't know how much they're going to. Nalini, if you can hear me, we don't know how much the SIT team can gather from the crime scene, given that it's been over 80 hours since the incident took place. Nalini, seems like, you know, it's that cycle all over again where they've reached 80 hours late. And this is just routine stuff that they are now doing, because they know the names of these rapists, they know their locations, they know their numbers, but for some reason they're back at the crime scene.
Absolutely, Niranjan. In fact, what is happening behind us right now, the SIT investigating this spot where the rape allegedly happened should have been done within a few minutes of the girl filing the FIR and giving them the exact location for where this happened. But at the same time, let me also give you a 360-degree view of exactly what this area is like. Now, this is the place where we have the SIT team that is currently investigating the spot. This is the first time that the SIT is visiting the spot, almost 80 hours after the incident has happened. And I'm going to ask my video journalist Anil to give you a 360-degree view of how secluded this entire location is. Of course, right now there are a swarm of police officials as well as media persons here, but can you imagine on a normal day this place would have been extremely secluded and nobody would have been here. And although they call this a well, this is actually just a tube well, which is a room with a motor in it, and this is the place where the girl says that the accused had in fact brought her after kidnapping her as well as drugging her. This is the first time that the special investigation team is visiting the scene of crime right now to conduct the investigation almost 80 hours after the incident actually happened. And what's shocking in this, Niranjan, is the fact that the police also realizes the value of the circumstantial evidence in cases like this, especially immediately after it happens. Now, we know for a fact that the accused was still roaming around free, and they're still roaming around free right now. They're absconding reporting right now, of course, but they were still in this area even after the crime had been committed. So it would have been so easy for them to destroy any traces of evidence, any belongings that they left behind, or any of their traces that they had actually been here could have been completely wiped out clean in a period of 80 hours. So the question that's really arising is that why wasn't the police doing this before? Why were they not available on the scene of crime before? Why were they not taking this action and investigating whatever they are doing right now after the formation of this SIT that is being headed by Nazneen Bhasin? Why wasn't this being done before when the FIR was lodged? Why were they trying to shrug the responsibility from one jurisdiction to another, saying that this does not fall under our jurisdiction? And it is precisely because of this lax attitude of the Haryana police that they've not been able to gather any evidence so far. They've not been able to make a single arrest in this case so far, despite knowing the identity of 3 of the accused, and despite knowing that there are at least 9 other men apart from these 3 accused who are still out there roaming free and absconding right now without any fear of the police and without any fear of actually knowing that they might have to face some circumstances in this entire case.
And Republic TV is following the SIT team. We're the only channel there reporting from the crime scene. Okay, I think, Nalini, you should just stay at a distance. I think we can see some of the security officials there, the police team are asking us to stay away at a distance. We can report from a distance, and we will continue to track the story and get you the live updates from the scene of crime. That's the SIT team there at that location where the crime took place in Rewari. A 19-year-old raped by 12 men, and it's been over 80 hours. There's been no arrest. That's the story as it stands. Nalini, coming back to you before we take a short break, that's the SIT team head. She was appointed to this case less than 12 hours ago. She's now taken over. She addressed the media. But if you heard some of I think you spoke to the XR Punch, and he spoke about how the police was tipped off on the location of the rapist. Is that correct, Nalini, that the police gave a response that they did not have adequate staff because they were on Chief Minister's duty? Is that correct?
Absolutely, Niranjan. In fact, the police was not just tipped off on the location. There were not 1 or 2, but about 6 to 7 villagers who saw the accused still in this exact same spot, even after the crime had been committed, even after the FIR was filed. 6, 7 of these villagers went up to their nearest police station and they told them that the accused are still here. Please go and arrest them. They've committed this heinous crime. And the police responded that they did not have the adequate staff to make the arrest because the staff had been diverted for CM duty. So when they get the staff, they will go and arrest these accused. And of course, by the time the police could manage to even get the staff, of course, all of these accused had absconded, and now they have absolutely no idea where they were. They were present at the scene of crime, probably destroying the evidence of the fact that they had actually been here hours after the FIR was filed. And despite that, there was not one police official present here. There was not one police official actually taking some action in the case, actually conducting some actual investigation in the case. And this is the case we're talking about. Niranjan, this is a case where you're talking about where the victim actually knew the identities of her alleged rapist. Can you imagine the kind of attitude that the Haryana police actually shows when they don't know who the rapists even are? If this is the kind of responsibility and this is the kind of action that the police is taking, inaction rather, that the police is taking, when they know the whereabouts, they know the identities, they know the phone numbers of the accused, and despite that 80 hours and counting, not one arrest has been made. I fear the kind of cases that they deal with where they have absolutely no information at all.
Yeah, Nalini, what we'll do at this point is that we'll slip into a short break. We'll slip into a short break, but when we come back, we'll play out all those investigative reports that we've been able to gather. There are several lapses in this case, and Republic TV is right on top of the story. Taking a short break. When we come back, getting you details and that full report from Rewari.